Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to another Pokemon's video, and today we have, or I guess tonight, later. I mean, could be today depending on where you live, right? But next reset, we're gonna have the classic red, classic blue, and regular red, and Snorlax, dual banner rerun, right? And yeah, let's talk about them, right? So, are these two units good? The short answer, yes, they are very good. I think. I don't think neither of them are bad at all. And these are, again, solid units, right? There's really nothing wrong with them, either of them. There's honestly, there's not too many weaknesses for both. Well, not too many weaknesses for classic blue. Red does have a few weaknesses, in my opinion. But you know, generally fine units, right? So let's just quickly go over them. Red's a support, right? Yeah, some decent defensive stats. Actually pretty good defensive stats. Speed's not very good. That's definitely one of his weaknesses, which is his move gauge management on his team, which could be an issue for longer battles, right? That's definitely could be an issue. As for some other stuff, Body Slam is a nice paralyzing move. Rock Smash, you have the 50% debuff the opponent's defense, which is very, very good as well. Mini potions honestly suck. This thing is so bad. It heals like for nothing, and it's an AoE potion, which is just not that good in my opinion. A single target potions are straight up just so much better. But the main draw for this unit is on this, right? You and me, this is fantastic, right? This is the main big part of this kit in my opinion, right? So you have 2 MP, reduce sync move countdown by 1, raise ally crit by 2, and then apply super effective up next to an ally. So that's an extra 1.5 times multiplier to your damage dealer if you're fighting super effective. Obviously it doesn't really do anything if it's not super effective, but if it is super effective, that's a really decent amount of boost over there, right? And then your passive max regen gives you gradual healing after max move. Team alert mind, raise your that's just doesn't matter honestly. Group moral support, 50% chance of raising special defense of all allied sync pairs by 1 stat when trainer uses a move. Only trainer moves, so it's not these. But yeah, he also has 3 max moves. Obviously, max knuckle buffs at your team's attack by 2, which is another one of his weaknesses, where like he doesn't really buff anything else outside of crit, right? Offensive, wise. So he just has like this +2 attack, which could sometimes be enough because there's a lot of units that do give you +4, by themselves, so it should be fine. G-Max Replenish is the good one over here in my opinion. Well, I'm not saying Max Knuckle's not good. Max Knuckle's fine too if you really, really need it, but G-Max Replenish gives you 1 MP for your moves back. So instead of 2, you could use 3 of these, which is very, very good. And then yeah, that's Snorlax. As for blue, blue's just a very, very standard damage dealer, right? This guy's, it's a hybrid beam unit, very fast, special attacks okay, but you have the mega, so it turns out very, very good. After mega, your physical attack's pretty decent too, and then after you mega, you get double edge over here instead of your dire hit all plus. This is very, very good. I really, really love this. As a non-support unit, you can buff your team's crit, right? Especially in something like a legendary gauntlet, saves you a crit buffer, and then Bonjour over here gives you a +3 attack and special attack. Debuffs your defenses, unfortunately, but also give you speed if you are using it when you're mega, although you probably never do that because you want to use that before you mega, right? There's some other stuff. Rock shifts or heart beams rock. Combo freebie 2. This is really, really nice as well. Endurance is fine, whatever. Don't really care too much, honestly. And then your sync move is kind of weak because you are a mega, but that's all megas are like that, right? So anyways, let's talk about these two units. These two units are both very, very good. I think Aerodactyl is especially good. I mean, Aerodactyl is good in like anywhere, but it's especially good in Legendary Gauntlet because again, it does give you an extra option, right, for team crit support buffs on top of just doing very, very good damage himself. Red is more of a Red could definitely do fine in Legendary Gauntlet, but Red's more like really, really good in Master Mode because this plus like a Striker EX Sync, that's just basically a free clear, right? Well, Striker Sync Nuke, not all Strikers, but just a Striker that has a solid Sync Nuke, give them the EX, give them a super effective up next on the Sync, and boom, that's basically a one-shot, right? But again, he does maybe struggle a bit on longer battles just because of speed issue. Obviously, if you build a team around him that solves the speed issue, it's not an issue, right? But yeah, in Legendary Gauntlet, he might struggle a bit, right? He might bring your team down a bit, but he's fine for Gauntlet as well, just because you have decent defenses, you can survive for a bit. Yeah, Body Slam that could paralyze, opponents for any legendary arenas that need paralyzing, right? Rock Smash could accumulate, later on for some solid returns over there, right? It's just that UME just runs out, right? Eventually, so that's that, I guess. So just have to use these, just save these for like a really good hit, right? For something that, for example, if you're almost at half HP bar, that would be a good place to use it. If you're confident you could one-shot the next half, right? So you straight up skip a whole phase, right? That would be nice. But anyways, yeah, both units. Obviously, the big caveat here being with all the other units, right, that are in the game, minus Palatine's units, because they expire a bit earlier, is that we will most likely get to see the anniversary units, 2 5-year anniversary units, come out before the banners go away, right? So, like all the other ones, I've said this so many times, but again, I just have to say it one more time, because just in case, right, there's no need to summon on these units before you see the anniversary units, because again, we will get the anniversary units. It'll give you a better idea of which banners to pull on, right, or not. So there's no need for any rush to summon on these 2 units at all. Again, they're both good units, and honestly, it's going to be hard justifying, even if the anni units kind of suck, it's still going to be a bit hard to justify pulling on them over some of the other banners that are up right now, right? Whether it be Darkrai, whether it be Lucas or Cynthia or Marnie, because again, zone setters are just so much more exclusive and more powerful, right? Both these 2 I think are generally more beginner friendly units, right? Because again, they help you beat Master Mode, right? I do think if you're a newer player, you shouldn't really focus on Gauntlet. You should focus on Master Mode first, all right, before you get into the Gauntlet stuff. So again, these 2 units are fantastic for Gauntlet, especially, well, Blue doesn't really get that great for Master Mode. Blue doesn't get that great for Master Mode until you get a few copies, though, because he does only get Haymaker at 3 out of 5. Right, so if you want to go for like EX Striker Blue, then you have an AoE Haymaker that's very, very good. Otherwise, your sync move is kind of bad, which means you probably don't really want to sync with him, honestly, if you don't have it. But if you do have the 3 out of 5, then the Haymaker is definitely really, really nice, right? Blue, I'd definitely say try to go for 3 out of 5 if you can, whether again it's through pulling or through candy. If you are dead set on going on for him, right? Again, I still don't 100% recommend going for him over all the other zone setters and stuff, right? / waiting for anniversary. But yeah, as for him, 1 out of 5 is generally fine for him, right? You get some nice stuff like Honor Roll on Rock Smash, which guarantees defense debuffs every time you use it, right? But like generally, like his grid is kind of like whatever. Hostile Environment, Body Slam is nice too, but like again, nothing super crazy. Quick Cure is nice, I guess. But yeah, anyways, that's me this one, I guess. As usual, if these are your favorite characters, because I'm sure there's plenty of people who love Blue, who love Red, super popular characters, right? Everyone, well, I wouldn't say everyone, but most people like them. And if they're for your favorite character, favorite Pokemon, I'd always say go for it, right? But otherwise, it's the same as all the other banners. Wait for Annie, and I would probably recommend going for the zone units first before going for either of these. If you're wondering between like Snorlax and like Cresselia, like 2 Pokefair supports, which one should you go for? I'd say it depends. If you're again a newer player, I'd say Snorlax. Cresselia is pretty hard to use. Cresselia, I'd say Cresselia is very good. It's just a bit hard to use, right? Snorlax is super easy to use, right? It's pretty brain dead of a unit for the most part. And again, it's very Snorlax, I think, is better for clearing Master Mode, and then Cresselia is better for clearing Legendary Gauntlet, depending on the scenario, right? So yeah, if you're a newer player, if you really need a Pokefair support, it's maybe Snorlax. And if you don't have too much issues clearing Master Mode, then it's a Cresselia for terms of sports, right? So, again, hope you all enjoyed, guys. Think in the comments down below. Like, share this video, subscribe to our channel for some more Pokemon Masters content. Go check out my Genshin summon on the Genshin channel. Free advertisement for my Genshin channel here. So, anyways, have fun, folks, and I'll see you guys in the next one then.